Hello, guys. Oh my gosh, welcome. Look at HB over there in Andromeda. We've got Sam Suied on the right. We've got Sasha on the left. My name is Steven.
My name is Robert.
And you're watching this broadcast from Team Covenant, which is the voices that you're hearing as well as others that you're not. And we're in Game 9 here. This is approaching the finals. So what we're looking at here is the two players, Sam and Sasha, who have made their way unscathed through the bracket thus far. One of them will be moving down to the loser's bracket, and one of them will advance to the finals. So we're going to see exactly who is going where. At least we hope that's what we're going to see.
We're going to tell you.
So stay tuned. We have Andromeda, played by Sam Suied on the right. We have HB, played by Sasha Friedman on the left. And this looks awfully familiar to Game 5, does it not, Robert?
It looks incredibly familiar.
So Sasha on the flip playing HB.
I'm not sure why.
And I want to see what his splashes are here. Engineering the Future doesn't tell you everything. It probably tells you sands and fast advance, but you never know. There could be some more tricks in there, and I'm interested to see it. Is he running Shimmer from Sansan? That's the grand question you've got to ask. And then Sam's Andromeda. Now, Sam, I'll say this undoubtedly as what I find to be the truth, is Sam is a great deck builder and a great player, but I'm always impressed with the decks that he brings, the decisions that he makes. He seems to be one of these players that is capable of producing decks that are consistent and that really cut the flack out. You know, like I want to throw one of this card in and maybe this thing in this situation. Sam's decks are usually exceptionally focused. They do everything they want to do as hard and as well as possible. He's also a big fan of run economy and click economy on runs. So he likes to have a lot of when a successful run ends triggers, those kinds of things. So you can expect dirty laundry, data suckers, that kind of thing. And I don't know what else to expect, so I always watch Sam's deck very closely. And on the flip, we're going to see what Sasha can do. Starting with a green level clearance, pretty classic opening.
GLC.
Money and cards for a card, that seems pretty solid. And now,
we wait.
You'll notice here also Sam having the massive stack of playmats there, and Sam is actually a really nice dude and finds this hilarious. So he's generally not doing it to be better than you or to anything like that. He just finds it funny, and you can't blame him for that.
I think he said his plan was to eventually make a mattress out of all
yeah.
of them.
I played against Sam at one point, and he rolled all his playmats out, and I was like, what are you doing, man? And he was just like, man, it's cool. I'm just hanging out, just having a good time. So we love that. Having a good time in Netrunner. Security testing, another Sam Suied favorite. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Really digs this card, and I'm trying to dig it.
You're trying to?
I really am, yeah.
You gotta want it.
I'm trying. All right, R&D access scores an accelerated beta test. That is a measured risk, and that's huge for Sam. Going 2 points up here could be the tempo that he needs to get to 7 before this fast advanced deck can get out of there. And that's so fortunate on the first turn. You just gotta love that.
R&D is such a fickle thing, man. It's crazy.
The second you say no, you know, an agenda's scored. Once you res that ice, nothing but ice coming down R&D.
Yep.
Nothing but ice.
Oh, you want ice? I'll give you ice.
Sasha's starting out with a green level clearance. Second is going to be installing ice over the top, and then 3 is a credit. Security test archives.
Testing.
First action is draw a card. Second is archives for security testing, and that's going to gain Sam 2 credits.
Katie.
Install Katie and put 3 on Katie. Now, you've heard me commentate a lot of games, or at least I hope you're listening when we do this. Oh, man. There was a game a little while back where Katie was installed and not used. And Sam is following my line on this. If you install Katie, you immediately load her for 3, or else you're really just kind of, why are you installing Katie? And a lot of times there's an exception to that, but I really do feel like that's true, and I'm glad to see that Sam's taking that line as well. I feel like it validates me. About a Claver for, there's the accelerated beta test. Is he going to trigger? Sasha's not a trigger. He's not a risky dude.
Man.
He's just not.
I mean,
he's not.
Not triggering beta test is my version of your version of installing Katie and not using it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I want to see that thing used, man. But
I think the agenda is.
I understand why he doesn't. It is a risk, but I love that.
It's
risk.
so strong. It's so strong. I mean, it's so strong, and he needs ice on archives right now anyway. You know, so
I guess it ultimately comes down to how many Bioroids is he really using.
Yeah, I mean, how much ice is in the deck? You got to ask those questions.
Oh yeah, it's any ice. It's not just Bioroids.
Yeah, it's any
That's right, I
ice,
forgot
man.
about that.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. No,
Any
that makes it
ice.
even better. Then now I feel even more adamant about my position.
Back in HQ, and he already has 2 biotics. You've kind of got to be okay risking
Come
the
on,
beta testing.
Sasha. Come on.
If you had a Jackson out, it's for sure. But oh, and there's R&D. Well, there's Jackson.
Hello.
Maybe he'll trigger the next one, and he's gonna trash it. Sam just trashing everything here.
Trash it. Trash it real good.
All right, over to Sasha. Mandatory draw. I'm already getting sold on security testing right this second. I'll be honest.
The one that just passed?
Well, just the card.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
It really is a great way if, and maybe Shaper runs it the best, honestly, man. Because they just generally don't attack archives, right? So
Yeah, generally not.
It gives you a reason to ice all 3 servers, and that's kind of worth doing. Then again, they have Opus in faction, so you just...
Which is great.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how to build anything. I'll try it in Anarch at some point.
You know me, man. I can't complain. Oh,
Back
3
in
cards.
HQ, I love this. And Sam just really on an information hunt here more than anything, trying to get some ice up, trying to see some cards in hand.
Knowing is half the
Hey,
battle.
wall is static, so there you go. Sasha's saying, nah.
Stop.
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 Stop. And security testing going to stay on archives, and that's a really good way to do it. Anyone watching at home or on the road or whatever it is.
Can you imagine if you're a runner and you're going down that R&D and you hit that wall of static and you actually are like checking your modem and router? It's like,
Yeah, it's
is it on my end or is it theirs?
Yes.
I don't know.
Is that my provider?
me
Get
call
him on the
C-
phone.
let
Have
me
you
call
reset your
Comcast.
router?
Why are you throttling me? Why?
Unplug it, sit it for 20 seconds, plug it back in.
I still got 8 gigs for this month.
Sasha installing a card there, getting a credit, as you might expect. Man, what's some boss music playing in the background there?
That's right. I am in
It's
the
old-
best elevator
It's like Wild
ever.
Side,
Yeah.
you know?
Or maybe we just had the Weather Channel streaming. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
They have some great hits.
Resin Jackson Howard, and using it to put some economy back in there.
Gotta wait for it.
I like security testing with like hemorrhage too. That could be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We build a deck while we talk.
I'm always
An
up for
RD
good
interface.
hemorrhage.
This is the choice that a lot of criminal players have to make. I love Sam's choice here to throw R&D interface. Get some static multi-access on R&D. Really puts the pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a lot of angles to work with. A lot of criminal players kind of moving away from R&D interface, going to some more event-based stuff like Maker's Eye and a few other things. But I really do think that just always threatening 2 or 3 card accesses on R&D is the right amount of access to make that run always worth it.
It buys you a lot of time too.
Buys you a ton of time, and some decks you just need to be able to lock out the R&D to win. Some supreme fast advance decks. So I think it's really smart.
Yeah, because they've got like 20 agendas in there. They're all 1 point, but there's 20 of them.
All right, Sasha takes credits. Sam takes off Katie for first click and running HQ.
Oh, no res.
And there's a lot of great pressure here from Sam. He's a man after my own heart, for sure.
Here we go.
And HQ coming in.
Don't ever res on HQ.
There's the guard there.
Got a name drop there.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Sasha's saying he's not rezzing because of me. Well, I didn't.
You're to blame, Steven.
And if you lose, Sasha, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? And we're going to access 2 cards off R&D.
Oh, is that an Adonis or something?
That is an Adonis campaign, yeah.
Is he trashing that? He's thinking about it? Nope.
Yep, no trash.
No trashies. Triple stampy, no reversies.
Now we're going to check archives here with security testing. Now we're going to draw a card. And inside job, perpetual. Wouldn't that be nice? I can have it anytime I want it.
If there was just like a blank, what do they call those things? Consoles that you can install an operation over.
Hey, that's a great idea. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine that?
That would be fantastic.
Ugh. What if it was like, it's a blank console and then you play an event, and then if there's no event attached, you can attach it, and then you can play it off the console as if it were in your hand.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
you can just get 2 uses out of all your events.
Uh-huh.
Be pretty strong, man, to be honest.
It'd be very strong.
Roto turret smoking the data sucker there. See ya.
Womp womp.
Hey, it was worth
Hello,
a shot.
Roto.
Adonis campaign on the remote gets trashed.
Poor little Adonis.
Sasha's doing a really good job here. Only 1 ice res, really 2, I guess, on archives. So getting out of a no res scenario with very little agenda scored here. I feel like an R&D interface could have done a little bit more work, and Sam probably thinking the same thing. It felt like the right choice there.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Sasha throwing the hedge fund out there.
Hedging around.
Cyborg is
Hedge.
putting the order in. And we're security testing the new remote.
Woo!
It's one of Sam's favorites, honestly.
Sliding it down.
Not rezzing. So, hey, 2 credits.
Nice.
That's better than 1. You know?
It checks out.
That's better than 1.
I just checked your math. It's correct.
Yeah. Throw Desperado in this deck, and or heck, throw a Doppelganger.
Oh, man.
Once you successfully run, you can run again.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Biotic Labor for Vitruvius. Boring. You know, as Netrunner designers must really be sad, you know, because it's like, here's all these fun agendas you can do things with, and
no one ever does it.
Is it a 3-2? Well,
yeah, fine.
Just
good
score
enough.
it. Just score it.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to really be a pretty potent effect for you to want to go beyond your score points.
And you got to think, like, so Vitruvius is a little kind of a lame duck here. It has its uses, and it certainly can be good, but it's hard to spend the time to make it worthwhile.
Yeah,
this legwork comes through undefended and not hitting anything. So I feel like Sam getting a lot of accesses here.
Yeah.
And just squeaking around these agendas. Now, Sasha making the great timing of getting that Vitruvius out just in time before that legwork hit, or else that thing would have been scored in a heartbeat.
Yep. Somebody would have been saying yoink.
And there's Desperado. And that's going to be very, very good for Sam. Now we're getting 3 credits off that security testing, which is essentially an easy mark every turn if you want to put it into realistic terms. Just fantastic.
I now understand. Just waiting here. Oh, remote.
Install, gain a credit, and then gain another credit. And against these HB dice, you just, you know.
What are you supposed to do here?
You check the remote, but you don't want to.
Yeah.
All right.
Who wants to?
So 3 credits for security testing. Click 2 is Katie. You notice Sam very good at managing his economy here.
Yes.
Click 3 going to head down that remote. Pricey at Jackson or at Eve, the worst.
Eve.
And
that is a huge trash
cost.
cost.
Crash it.
Man, that's expensive. Woo.
Sam says no. I like to wait until Eve is res. Sometimes that can get you into trouble. But,
yeah.
You know, they pay 5, they get 2 back, so they're 3 in the hole. And then if you get trash it, it's way better for you.
Yes.
But, you know.
Not always possible.
Yeah, and you look at that asset. Sasha's not going to res that.
No.
You know, ever, maybe. So it's just a credit grain on the runner. I don't know that you trashed that Eve campaign there. Of course, I'm just one mind thinking about this game.
What do you know?
I know a little
You've
bit.
probably never even won a regional.
I've done okay. But certainly that doesn't really mean much, to be honest.
Look at you with that modesty. Jeez.
No, but brains are brains, you know.
Brains.
It's like everyone, you know. Sasha's a great player. Sam's a great player. They're making decisions too. So.
And even Space Coast has a brain.
I've heard that. There's guard. He's gonna stuff that remote there.
Stuffing. Into a turkey.
And Mr. Lee. So I think at this point, Sam has everything that he needs. You'll notice the amazing beauty of this right here is that there's no breakers. We have not seen a single breaker out this entire game. And welcome to what Criminal can do, right? We haven't seen much scoring. We saw that beta test, but look at how much Sam has been able to get done.
Yeah, it's true.
And again, an inside job. Rather than installing a barrier breaker, just inside job, the wall is static.
Let's just jump over this thing right
and
here.
C2 cards off R&D or force Sasha into a res scenario here.
That interface is finally kicking in here.
It is, yeah. Here we go. I think Sam needs to score off this one to really...
Yep.
Yeah,
oh, there we
is.
go.
There's a beta test. Or Vitruvius.
Vitter.
And this is great, man. This is 4-5. This is a close game. So close.
What if on Vitruvius instead of 1 card it was 2?
That'd be fine.
Would that make it worthwhile going over?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It's like maybe they just need to give a little buff to some of those things to tempt Corpse into doing that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
give a little buff would be cool. I mean, you look at something like a Brain Trust for Jinteki. It's like for every agenda counter over, it's -1 to ice res, and it's just like, I think it's for every 2 over, it's -1 to all your ice reses, and it's like, by the time you've advanced that thing 5 times for 2 points,
Yeah.
it's like you might save 4 or 5 credits. Like it's just never really worth it. So
What's the return we're looking at here?
now Beal is the grand exception. I mean,
That's true.
but at the same time, NBN is kind of known their agendas, and I love that flavor. Like NBN is all about their agendas being awesome, and they are. Every single one of them is amazing. So other factions just not quite as cool on their agenda front.
Thanks, Steven.
All right, Sam getting an access here. I wonder if he had a shot at it there, and it looks like he didn't. I see nothing but ice in Sasha's hand.
At least he knows that Ichi's there. That's important.
Yes,
Might be showing up at any moment.
indeed.
Any moment. Don't get caught by surprise by that Ichi.
And sure gamble for Sam.
Heading on down to that casino.
Can he win without a breaker? That's what I'm wondering.
I'm sure he can, but will he?
There's a
Uh-oh,
data
he's on his
sucker.
way.
At least it's a program. We're getting close.
Just gotta
Passing
keep
it over to
installing
Sasha.
things. Odds are, eventually he'll have to install a breaker.
I would say chances are high.
Unless the game just ends this turn. It's the only way.
You know, interesting thing is that Sasha's on game point, right? So every face down remote over there is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Gotta check them all.
Sam has to really decide. Yeah, special order. He may like a Crypsis here.
Here we go.
Just to break into that remote. Mimic also does a lot of work here on the servers, gets you into archives and that remote.
Yeah.
And looks like he's going to get Mimic here. So the Anarch Breaker Suite is the key.
Success.
And he's going to pay 1 to break the guard.
1.
And
Jacko.
Sasha's going to res Jackson. And before the run is successful, although it will still be successful,
But there's nothing there.
because there is a resed piece of ice. Now that's different than if Jackson is in a remote server by himself. If you then pop Jackson, the run completely fizzles, so you don't get any Desperado, you don't get any Dirty Laundry, none of that kind of thing. So be careful.
They called Mayflower moved that server just super quick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even there anymore. Where'd it go?
The run fizzles. Jackson Howard doing, once again, some serious work.
As opposed to funny work.
He always does very serious work.
That's right.
No funny stuff.
No funny stuff. Nice marmot.
All right, what else is Sasha up to here?
I think he's trying to win the game.
He is trying. Seems to be.
Just drawing
First
some cards.
action is drawing a card. And second and third is going to be Gia hands for 3.
Nice.
Security testing over there on archives. He's going to gain a credit and data sucker token because it costs 2 to break. He gains 3 and then a data sucker.
Very nice. Reasonable trade.
And same old thing. Keep in mind is in play. So we do have some legworks, I think, in the discard pile. We've got some inside jobs. And it looks like Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee.
Yeah, it looks like a running HQ.
I love HQ runs. They're such a gamble.
They are, and Sasha deciding now more than we've seen him decide. So I
What's
think
coming up?
there may be an agenda in there.
Yep. He's got the money to rest something.
He's gonna res the Eli, and that's totally reasonable. For 3 to keep him out of the hand,
Yep.
very, very good.
Saving it for when he really needed it, too.
Looks like last one's gonna be Mr. Lee here. All right, the mandatory draw. And Sasha now is a biotic and 3-2 away from just straight up winning every R&D draw here. Gaining a credit for the install.
He's going to do it by the book. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Install over the top. Pays a credit there. And then looks like gaining a credit for his third, I believe.
I think you're right.
I think I am too.
That makes 2 of us.
And it looks like a beta test in hand. So this could be a big bluff over here, trying to get Sam to make a move into the server. He is going to inside job the remote over there.
Uh-oh.
So he's in. So Sasha, no use resing that top ice.
There's just no use.
And he can't bypass the guard, so it'll cost 1 to get through.
It's just a Wotan sitting there.
And then gains 1 back for Desperado. So accessing the remote. I'm going to guess Adonis here.
Oh,
Or
Sansan.
Sansan, yeah.
Gotta trash that. Trash all the Sansans.
Yep. Boy, what a card.
Another classic core box card.
Classic core box card. It will have an impact on the game forever. Dirty Laundry on Archives. This is a great play here. Just imagine. You get 3 back because of Desperado security test, and then you get 5 back for Dirty Laundry. All for the price of 2 credits for Dirty Laundry and 2 credits to break. So it's a very favorable exchange. And that is the kind of economy that good runners are looking to create.
Paul Lovett.
Sasha now thinking.
He's a thinker.
Again, a biotic and that beta test. So he's really just, if he just draws into a biotic here off R&D, he wins this game.
What do you think the odds of that are?
I think they're pretty solid, man. He's been through 2, though, so
Yeah.
he could not see 1 at all. And
Wow.
that could be a Sansan there.
That is
you know?
such heavy defense on that server.
Sansan is the same kind of thing. If that sticks up, he wins this game next turn if that's a Sansan.
Yeah.
Legwork, and that is an excellent,
Good counter.
excellent play
Yeah.
By Sam. Loved that play.
Unless, of course, it's
And he
NAPD.
clicks through the Eli, so I think he'll definitely get
Nice
the beta
to find
test
that.
here.
Oh!
Oh, he installed it.
Whoa!
He installed it, Robert.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Slick.
That is so good.
That is super smart. I like
Sasha,
that a lot.
you and with the most perfect eyes possible.
Yep.
Stealing the click, and the game is over.
Boom.
That is just a phenomenal
Well
play.
played that last
That
turn.
is a
Yeah, that was
phenomenal,
excellent. Absolutely excellent.
phenomenal play. Knowing exactly when to stick it over there, man. If you hold it and wait, most fast advanced players there wait for the biotic, wait for the Sansan. Sasha going for it, and it pays off so hard.
I mean-
I love that play.
Should it have been a tip-off that he just installed an ice?
I love that
On
play.
that remote?
I still think most players look at that and it's like he's protecting that Sansan.
Uh-huh.
So that means he's got the agenda in hand. I can just go grab it with legwork and
Sure.
just buy myself a few more turns.
Yeah.
Sasha taking the opposite direction there, and I love it. Excellent game, guys.
Well done.
Another one with the for the asterisk. I think we
Star this one, folks.
come back and watch this one, like all those Paul Morphy games that nobody knows about.
Who?
Game 9. This is it, guys. So Sasha's going to move on to the finals. Sam's going to move down the losers bracket and try to find his way back to the top. We're going to watch these 2 players and see where they end up. So stay tuned. We got more coming.
Paul Morphy?